Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SpeedGaming Live 2021 tournament for the Zelda 2 Randomizer. We are currently in the winners bracket of the semifinals here in the Z2R tournament. Today's matchup is going to be between Chromataclysm and Levelengine. My name is Marai, and I'm joined by Krista Joy on commentary. How are we doing tonight?
Oh, I am stoked. I know that our Zelda 2 community is here, so we've got pom-pom shakers, we've got Team Pain Train, we've got our chicken squad in the audience. We are here to witness greatness. So we've got Chroma on one side, Levelengine, two very experienced runners. So all we can do is hope for shenanigans, lots of fun, and just sit back, relax, and just watch us, watch them, have a great time. So get your popcorn ready, your pom-poms, grab a soda, let's go. And we've got tracking today, one of the greatest trackers around, Royale with Cheese. So this is going to be a great night, guys.
Indeed. Help alleviate that double duty commentary tracking inaccuracy. We had to make a few phone calls to a few higher ups, but we did get her booked, and she is behind the scenes doing what she does best.
Alrighty. And it looks like we're starting out with the candle. You can see those caves are light and bright, which is always good.
Got a good old mountainous biome here on the west, it looks like. Little snaky pathways and smaller areas that are going to be more difficult to navigate and map out.
And did you see that very generous pea bag? Woo!
I missed the amount, but it seems generous enough to give them 4 or a few levels off the bat there.
I know this is already starting off kind of sad for our pain trainers, but you know, we can always keep our fingers crossed. Maybe the enemy damage might be randomized. We can only hope.
Yeah, we're running higher experience in these flags, so we expect to have pretty high experience across the board, and that includes the P bags as well. Bosses will be, I think everything pretty much maxes out at 1,000. I think that's just a game thing to begin with. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether we've rolled more average or higher up. And here's an orange diary to show us. It's all right.
Yeah, it's negligible damage, nothing too spectacular, considering that we know that they can actually do far worse. And we do have keys as drops in the overworld, so that's actually going to come in handy when doing some explorinos. And we got a cross. Woo.
Yeah, if we see an early east, the cross can be quite useful if we need to be dodging invisible MOAs at low life levels. That could save them, but I mean, we're only a few minutes into this here. There's who knows how useful that cross will be this early on.
And King's Tomb is absolutely worth nothing. I know nothing. Ooh. And yeah, it's always good to see what's killing you. You can't get mad at that. And let's see what we're gonna get for a freebie.
Reflect for free is not a bad thing to have.
I know. It makes Palace 4 a thing. So we won't have to go on an exploration hunt. And Palace 4 is easily beatable. Unless we need to punch walls. So we never know.
Yeah, if chat can give us a little bit of feedback there. Is the audio level better? Okay, chat's saying, oh. Okay, we'll keep us up to date. I'm sure we'll get yelled at if we've got some audio issues or any other issues.
Yes, we appreciate your feedback, chat.
speaking of Palace 4, here it is.
Yes, and it is go time.
Chroma just checking to see if that red iron knuckle was worth it, but it's just worth a red jar, so not so much.
Disappointment in a can.
I don't know if Level's getting out of here. There. Oh, gonna take another death. Oh, and that's a game over. Chroma stepping into Medicine Cave here. I guess he didn't... I wasn't sure if he took that up an A at Palace 4, if he just had all of his lives still. I don't know if Level made it quite that far at that point. I was kind of preoccupied with clicking a volume button. So Level is sitting at 312, and we have the magic key in the Medicine Cave, which means if Chroma really wants to, he can try to dig into P4 with the magic key and the reflect spell, assuming there's no glove block there, but I don't know. It's probably a little early to be jumping in at 312, probably still worth doing a little bit of exploring.
Just to see how far you can get, they may do it. But as you mentioned, it is a tad bit on the early side for that, especially with how much everything is hurting and the deaths are real. So unless Zero comes out and starts shaking his life pom-poms, it might be a bit difficult. So Zero better break out his life pom-poms, because I think that's going to be the only hope these guys have for, death mitigation.
Chroma was looking for that magic level to see where Reflect fell to, I think. I didn't see exactly what it was, and I thought he was going back into P4, but it was just for the up and A.
Yeah, I don't think it was quite castable yet.
Not really surprising. Magic 2. Plus, I don't know how much of a hurry they're going to be wanting to jump into palaces just yet with so much of the world left to explore.
Yeah.
Just a pea bag in Heart Container Cave.
Now, Magic 3 Reflect looked to be 84, so still a bit expensive.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's usually that some of the vanilla spells that you don't normally get early on in the game, they start off incredibly high, and then they fall to a much more manageable cost later on. Wow, that red iron knuckle does a good amount of damage at life 2.
Yeah. I like the way you think, Zero. Even though the Team Pain Train in me wants one sliver for life. Cast it, and you get one sliver or less. Yeah, that would be a great, life cast.
Chroma is digging into this palace. It's either 3 or 6, and of course we won't know until we see a window or a boss here. He doesn't want to take this mace to the face from the Doom Knocker, so he's playing it very carefully. I don't know if he can make that much distance without getting hit, but he's going to play it very, very safely here.
Yeah, you're going to see literally punch and go, punch and go. And unfortunately, that was a miss and a hit. So that was an unfortunate death.
What he's hoping is he's hoping he could cast Reflect at this point, because Reflect can block that mace, but unfortunately, like you said, it's still too expensive.
Yeah. And unless we see an exponential rise in Magic 4, it's looking quite doubtful that it might be even castable at Magic 4.
Wow. The glove in Magic Container Cave. I mean, Trophy Cave. I'm sorry. Trophy Cave for level here.
That's actually a really good find considering that it was done prior to actual exploration. So now with that diff and the magic key, Levelengine does have a slight advantage if there are any, punchable walls that have to be factored.
Yeah, we're about to find out as Chroma pushes deeper into this palace, and Levels up joining him right now.
And you have to admit that that was some expert juking by Chroma. Like, you can't even get mad by that dodging and weaving. Phew.
Yeah, he was able to bypass that Doom Knocker there that Levelige's on, just bodied the damage and pushed through, but Level takes him out.
And some good news, Magic 4 Reflect is castable at 43. So, but an unfortunate event happening, and that the floor decided to give out.
Well, that jump that Chroma saw and Level's about to see here in a minute or two is, I don't want to call it impossible. I think it's possible to make that jump with the absolute right, perfect frame time jumps, but it's such a headache and almost impossible that without fairy or without jump, you might as well just get out of here and try to look for other stuff.
Yeah, it's a time sink.
He's looking, well, we know he needs to find that trophy cave as soon as he can, and then he'll be ready to go for the most part, just looking for fairy and thunder from there. And that'll, well, mostly be go mode. Might actually be go mode, but it might not be, depending on what the Eastern continent has for us.
And Levelengine did take a death, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have to agree with Lord of Ultima in chat. I've only heard of it myself, haven't seen it. And that's my citing my source. There is just hearsay. They say my cousin's brother's friend from Tahoma said he saw his neighbor back in '89 do it. So
I saw it once on YouTube, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It was on YouTube, and if you ask me, I can't do it. So all I do is die. But then again, it doesn't take too much for me to die in general. So, I'm a bad source for that.
You got to get your life levels up. It's tip number 1.
Ah, is that what it is?
That's all it is.
Nah, you know what it is? I know what my issue is. It's because I don't play with the power glove. See, no power glove, you're not playing with power. Boom.
Someone's been watching The Wizard.
Yes. That, or because I'm not, the Wonder Years kid. That could be it too. It's one or the other. It's either the power. Yes, I'm telling you, power glove strats work every time. That or you cheat. But we're not cheaters. Cheaters never win. I learned that.
So here's the item room for Chroma.
Ah, we have the child. But we have not found ye town for child yet. So we do not know what that's going to get.
It's a little interesting. Our runners have kind of broken off. Chroma still didn't find Trophy Cave, so he still doesn't have the glove, and yet he's in this palace here, which, if I'm not mistaken, is P1. I guess we're about to see. I was kind of looking at the pillars there. Yeah, P1.
All right, so Horsehead is going to do what he does best, folks, and that's die.
We also have Levelengine over in Death Mountain looking for something here. Level, I don't think, has seen P1 as far as I know. So he's missing part of the west, and each of them are missing part of the west at this point. And they'll find it, but we'll just, who's going to be more correct right now in their routing, and who's going to get stuck and have to come back or backtrack or something like that.
Absolutely. And well, Trails, if you think about it, Horsehead doesn't deserve to drop anything beyond a 20-point P bag. It's not like he was worthy enough to carry a 50 point. He deserves to carry a 20 point. He has to get good to carry a 50. That's it. And so we have Chroma, who is exiting out Palace 1 after emerging victorious from our glue gun, which is Horsehead. And he is going to be making his way and venturing forth in the overworld. And we are in Mito, which has Thunder. Ooh, so we know we're going to need the medicine bottle for Thunder.
Not checking the hint, though. I'm sure he'll come back for it, maybe hoping he can get Jump. I didn't see exactly what was in Saria here, though. I guess Jump or Fairy, so that he can only make one trip in, or I guess there would be 2 trips in the Mito, one to get Downstab and the hint, and then one to just turn the medicine back in.
Well, from what I saw in the blink of an eye, and please say my glasses were right on this, I think it's the spell. So New Kasuto will be a thing. I think. Or have I thunk?
Yeah, no, you're right. And I am remembering that from the very beginning. We did see the opposite side of Saria, and they did check the spell. Royale with Cheese also keeping us honest in chat.
Well, Trails, yet Thunderbird deserves to, drop a 20-point P bag too. He needs to get good too. Thunder Chicken has disappointed me on occasion too. So, yeah, Thunderbird needs to get good. I stand by my 20-point logic. Yeah. This is my story and I'm sticking to it. So it looks like we have Chroma going back for the clue as to where we can find the medicine bottle. I think. We hope.
Well, it's not going to be in Hammer Cave because Level just found a heart container in there.
How do I feel about the bosses in Zelda 2? Safe space. This is a safe spot to talk. Nice. One of these days I'll tell the truth. But for now, there's only one mighty boss, and that's Guma. And that's if he takes his Flintstone vitamins. So
there doesn't seem to be too much in Death Mountain here, although Levelegine's still digging around, maybe hoping for a connector. I don't know if we have seen anything on the west so far that indicates that there's a way off, although there's some water here on Chroma's side. I might see a Maze Island connector bridge in the southwest after he gets out of this encounter. I guess we won't know. He's not, I could be wrong. It could just be a standard bridge.
And Levelengine just went through what I went through in high school. Just absolute torture. That was just absolute pain. Oh, poor Levelengine. I mean, it's bad enough that Death Mountain is just like a miniature golf course of disappointment, but this is just painful. But, we have Chroma, who's noping out.
Chroma found a fairy/glove block, and since he hasn't found that trophy cave yet, there's no glove, so he is having to step out of there.
Yes. Levelengine did get Dark Link to the Cankle. That is absolutely right. And that is how he kind of got sent to the far plane for those who are Final Fantasy X players.
Okay, so the Maze Island connector bridge that I had seen out of the corner of my eye was correct, but that's what leads us to Death Mountain. And unfortunately, Level is going to be dipping out of there, unable to find anything of use. So it's still not entirely clear how we're getting off of the west at this point. I guess exploration continues.
See, this is one of the times you really wish you could just pull out a backpack and just call for Mappy. You know, just channel your Dora the Explorer, call for a map, and ask for some directions. Because this is just lost of epic proportions.
On the other hand, some people really enjoy the thrill of the discovery of, I don't know, maybe they're cartographers at heart. They just like to uncover the map.
Considering I failed art class because I drew a stick figure, I don't know if my cartography skills are top ranked. So I think I'd be the one who'd be like looking for a map myself. But
you might be in luck because the NES pretty much is in a bunch of squares as it is, so doesn't require too much.
So let's see if Chroma can find something that Levelengine couldn't. Let's see how Levelengine fares in going past this glove block.
Looks like we are off to the east there. On Chroma's side, he did find a cave all the way at the south side of Death Mountain there. He did not find, still doesn't have the glove from the west, still doesn't have the heart from Hammer Cave. And we don't have the hammer for Spec Rock, so there's no exploration of that. But he's going to jump into, I believe this is P2. I believe there was a jar on that. I looked away for just a moment, jar on that statue. Yeah, like you said, level got past that glove block, so we'll see how far Karak is in. We'll see if there's a fairy block on the way to the boss.
Well, we did experience a death block just now, and Levelengine is going back in to duke it out and show that Dark Nut who is boss. Meanwhile,
I'm trying to pay a little bit closer attention to routing here. It looks like a glove block on Chroma side. This is going to be a vanilla room. Or, no, it is not a vanilla room, but it is one of the variations of the community rooms that looks like a vanilla room, is still glove block, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's likely thinking in his head that he's missed at least one cave they saw. I believe he saw everything other than Trophy Cave. So I wonder if he actually thinks he missed it, or maybe he thinks he got it. That can happen. You're just moving very quickly and you're like, all right, I got everything on the west, so now I can move on. And in actuality, you didn't get everything on the west. So that could be a problem if that is his current mindset. Getting out of a fun encounter there, and Level has found the item room here. I didn't see what it was, but we'll see it here in a second.
A one pea bag.
Killer.